News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
Pahrump Nugget, Progressive Cash Drawings, Mystery Point Multipliers, Mystery Gift Days, Extra Cash for 4 of a kinds, Bingo, Bowling, Football, and Food Specials. Looking for constant action? Look no further. Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
Pahrump's most watched and #1 media source for local news and weather with Deanna O'Donnell.
Welcome to News 46's Week in Review, your #1 source for local news. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Zach Fuentes for News 46. A pickup truck went off the roadway on Highway 372 in Comstock Park Saturday afternoon.
It all happened here at Comstock Park and Highway 372 right before 3 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. Nye County Sheriff's deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue all arrived on scene to find one truck off the roadway. Both tires, the front and rear, were both popped on that side. The female driver and only occupant of the vehicle declined medical attention on scene. However, it was first reported that she, in fact, was injured. One of the deputies did field sobriety tests on her on scene, and another deputy followed up on that. Nevada Highway Patrol will be conducting this investigation. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Highway 372 in Comstock for News 46. Is it deja vu? Her license plate may say Lady Luck, but she might need to get a new one. Just a short time later, the same driver of the truck that went off the roadway on Highway 372 had a second accident just down the road a bit on Highway 372 and 160. Well, just a mere hour and a half later, the same woman who was in the single vehicle accident on Highway 372 near Comstock Park once again got her tires fixed and had another 2-vehicle accident here on Crawford and Highway 372 and 160. Nevada Highway Patrol arrived on scene along with Nye County Sheriff's deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue. The other vehicle were some visitors from Colorado. The people inside the other truck with their dog were all uninjured in this accident. It appears that the woman overshot her right-hand turn while turning onto Crawford Way from northbound Highway 160. The woman's plate says Lady Luck. She was not so lucky today, being in 2 car accidents in one day. There was one thing that was prevalent in both of these accidents, and that is the lack of citizens pulling over for emergency vehicles. Once again, you're required to pull over on both sides of the roadway and pull to a complete stop as emergency vehicles pass. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Highway 160 and 372 for News 46. According to sources, the female driver may have been having a domestic dispute via cell phone when the accidents occurred.
Wow. Well, one elderly female passenger of a sedan was transported with injuries Saturday night at Highway 160 in Basin.
Following the accident on Highway 372 and 160, actually, during the time that the accident investigation was being conducted, another 2-vehicle accident here at Basin and Highway 160. Nevada Highway Patrol arrived on scene along with Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies to find one woman injured inside the vehicle. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue extricated that female from the sedan and transported her locally here to Desert View Hospital. The other gentleman inside that sedan was uninjured, but did go along with the transport with what we believe is his wife. 2 teenagers were actually driving the white pickup truck who apparently caused this accident. It appears to be that they were making a left-hand turn onto westbound Basin Street when the sedan traveling southbound on Highway 160 and them collided. Nevada Highway Patrol is conducting this investigation once again. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Highway 160 and Basin for News 46. 2 teenage occupants were uninjured in a single vehicle accident that occurred on Charleston Park. The driver apparently lost control of his vehicle and crashed into a power pole last week. A single vehicle accident Sunday morning around 9:30 on Highway 372 and Charleston Park luckily resulted in no injuries to these 2 teenage occupants who were driving this vehicle. Nye County Sheriff's deputies arrived on scene to find the vehicle apparently hit a power pole. Valley Electric arrived on scene as well to check out the power pole and electricity. It appears that the driver of this vehicle lost control running into this telephone pole. A CMA Cable Company was also called on scene to check out their cable box, which appears to have sustained minor damage in this accident. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Highway 372 and Charleston Park for News 46.
A single vehicle rollover last Saturday night on Homestead in front of the VFW resulted in a minor injury.
A single vehicle accident on a Homestead in front of the VFW last night resulted in a minor injury. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene along with Nye County Sheriff's deputies who blocked traffic in both directions while the investigation was being conducted. A small white pickup truck lay on its side in the bush area. It appears that 2 occupants were in this vehicle. The female driver had a field sobriety test conducted on scene by Deputy Tibbetts of the Nye County Sheriff's Office. The female driver did pass that field sobriety test. She was not taken into custody. That female also received 1 injury to her hand. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue checked her out and attended to that wound on scene. She was released. She declined medical transport. Another person arrived on scene and attempted to roll over the truck by using his pickup truck and a chain. That attempt resulted in dragging the small pickup truck. Nye County Sheriff's deputies called the on-duty tow to respond to flip back over the pickup truck. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the cause of this accident. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Nevada Highway Patrol has released information regarding a fatal accident that occurred last Saturday morning at approximately 5 a.m. in Mesquite, Nevada. According to Trooper Loy Hickson, a 1996 green Chrysler van being driven by 49-year-old Robert McGrew of Las Vegas was traveling westbound on Hafen Lane, approaching the intersection with State Route 170.
At the same time, a white 2007 autocar garbage truck was traveling northbound on State Route 170 approaching the intersection with Hafen Lane. In the report, it says that Mr. McGrew failed to yield from stop at the intersection.
Both vehicles collided in the intersection. The front of the autocar struck the left side of the Chrysler van. The vehicles remained in contact as they traveled northbound on State Route 170.
Robert McGrew was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the autocar was not injured. The intersection remained closed until 1 p.m.
And we'll be right back with News 46's News in Review. Stay tuned.
The name of the pedestrian that was killed on January 24th while apparently walking in the roadway on Highway 160 has been released.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office has released the identity of the female who was struck and killed on Highway 160 and Wheeler Pass Road. Her name is Julie Ann Bloom. She was known locally as Anna Taylor. A 59-year-old woman was struck by a pickup truck traveling northbound on State Route 160. Witnesses say she was walking in the roadway when the accident occurred around 8:15 p.m. on January 24th in front of the Spring Mountain Motor Speedway. After the victim was struck the first time, according to the report, a Nye County Sheriff's cruiser also struck Miss Taylor's body. There has been unsubstantiated reports that the victim was also struck by one other vehicle prior to the deputy's vehicle hitting Miss Taylor. The family has been notified and they positively identified Julie Ann Bloom, also known as Anna Taylor, as the victim of this accident. The autopsy report is still pending. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. An apparent accidental discharge from a gun required one person to be transported to the hospital last week. Last night, Nye County Sheriff's deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, as well as Nye County Sheriff's detectives, responded to 720 North Linda Street for a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Apparently, the victim shot himself in the ankle with the gun. While the gun was in the holster, reportedly, the gun accidentally discharged. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue transported the male victim to Desert View Hospital for that injury. Nye County Sheriff's Office detectives and deputies responded to conduct the investigation. This is Deanna O'Donnell on Linda, near Irene, for News 46. The 21st Annual Nevada Regional Science Bowl will be held this Saturday, February 4th. High school students from 3 states, including Nevada, will gather in Las Vegas to put their knowledge of math and science on the line.
Some of the best and brightest high school students from Nevada, Utah, and California are signed up for the event. The Nevada Regional Science Bowl participants joined 15,000 other high school students across the United States in an effort to qualify for the finals of the U.S. Department of Energy's annual National Science Bowl, the largest and most prestigious science competition.
Pahrump Valley High School will be competing in this event as well. Good luck to the Pahrump Valley Trojans.
Well, here's Nathan Hollenbeck with your Week in Sports.
Sports. I'm Nathan Hollenbeck, and I'm back with your Week in Sports. For the last couple of years, the Pro Bowl began to play before the Super Bowl. And as anxious as we are to see the Super Bowl, we still have one more week. But the Pro Bowl did take place last night. The Pro Bowl had one specific player that gave his all, even though it wasn't necessary. While everyone was playing at half speed and ready to extend their Hawaiian vacation, Brandon Marshall played as if it was his last game. Marshall had a touchdown catch in each quarter, including an early 74-yarder and a 3-yarder in the fourth in a game filled with highlight reel. It was selected the game's MVP, and his name now will join the likes of Walter Payton and Jerry Rice on the MVP banners at Aloha Stadium. Well, now as far as the NBA, I don't know if you have noticed, but the Miami Heat have been doing great this season. But going against the Chicago Bulls almost gave the Heat a loss. The reigning NBA MVP Derrick Rose had a perfect 29 for 29 from the foul line in the fourth quarter this season. As if this moment needed extra significance, it was coming against the Miami Heat, the team that downed Rose and the Bulls in last season's Eastern Conference Finals by taking the series' last 4 games. In the last seconds of the game, Rose set up at the free throw line and he had a chance to beat the Miami Heat. Rose missed the first and missed the second, and then missed a potentially game-tying jumper with 3.7 seconds left to boot, as somehow the Heat held on for a wild 97-93 win yesterday. LeBron James, the player who Rose supplanted as the league MVP, scored 35 points for Miami, which never trailed yet never could relax until Chris Bosh sealed it by making 2 free throws with 0.1 seconds left. Well, for Rose, I bet he feels horrible, but hey, everyone has an off day. To many's eyes and to the league's eyes, he still is a great player. Well, there you go for your update on sports. And also, the Super Bowl will be held this Sunday in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium. This will be the first Super Bowl to be played in Indianapolis. Kickoff time is scheduled for approximately 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Another week in your sports review. More sports to come next week. I'm Nathan Hollenbeck for your Week in Sports. And remember, Pahrump, watching sports doesn't mean you're getting exercise. Good night, Pahrump.
And News 46's Week in Review will return in just a moment.
Mercy Air landed on scene on Fairbanks Street to transport a victim of a head-on collision that occurred on Linda Street.
A 2-vehicle head-on collision here at Linda and Fairbanks late this afternoon. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene along with Nye County Sheriff's deputies to find the 2 pickup trucks actually almost in a yard here on Linda Street. Nye County Sheriff's deputies did block traffic in all directions so that Mercy Air could land on scene for one man who refused medical treatment and was suffering from head trauma. We're going to speak to some of the witnesses.
I was inside my friend's house, 2 houses away from the corner, and I heard this loud crash. I looked out the window and I saw 2 trucks there smoking. So I ran on the scene with my cell phone in my hand calling 911. There was a guy trapped in the truck while I was smoking, so I pried the door open and lifted the steering wheel up and got the guy out from the truck and proceeded to sit him down in the back of the bed away from the smoke.
So it appeared that the vehicle was on fire?
No, but it could have caught fire.
So I know that man was really bloodied at the time, and the other driver of the other vehicle?
She was limping and trying to help, and the guy, she was not bleeding. The guy that was bleeding, to me, was the main concern.
I heard this big boom, so I ran outside with my phone and I called dispatch, and I saw the woman running around the car panicking. And I saw that the guy in the darker bluer truck was unconscious and bleeding badly from the head.
And you went and got a towel?
I went to go get a towel because the dispatch said I should go over and put pressure on his wounds and try to keep it clean.
You've been at many accidents. How are you out this one?
I thought I kept pretty calm. I went over and I just tried to give all the information to the dispatch, saying everything.
Front Valley Farm Rescue was on scene real quick.
Yes, they were. Scott Lewis got here very, very fast, and so did the medics.
How does the patient seem to you?
The occupant of the darker blue vehicle, he is not doing very well. He didn't know what day of the week it is. He's not sure what's happening. He didn't even know what street he was on.
He was fighting with the paramedics to be transported.
Oh yes, he was telling them that he refuses to go in spite of how badly he was injured or how much blood was coming out of his head.
Once again, that one male driver of that one pickup truck was transported via Mercy Air to UMC Trauma Center in Las Vegas. This is Deanna O'Donnell and Lyndon Fairbanks for News 46.
Nye County sheriffs performed a breathalyzer and field sobriety test on one of the females. She was taken into custody.
A new gym is in town, and its name is Custom Health and Fitness.
Well, when we decided to put the gym together, we wanted to create the best gym in Nevada. And so we have worked so hard over the last 6 weeks. First of all, we wanted to get it open as quickly as possible so that people would have this facility. But beyond that, we've looked at all different aspects of the community, and we have put together the most modern gym that you could possibly imagine in this area. If you look around at this equipment, this is absolute state-of-the-art for any kind of fitness goal that you may have, whether it's cardio, whether it's individual muscles you want to work on, whether you're a senior who is looking to work on issues of longevity or flexibility, or whether you're an athlete that has a particular goal for weightlifting or for golf or anything like that. You will find that the equipment that we have here is absolutely designed to be able to perfect and satisfy those needs.
We have 3 different areas right here just in the main part of the gym.
Well, one part is cardio. That, of course, is for your stamina. And we have a set of fabulous machines, some of which have TVs on them. So if you want to multitask and you want to watch your favorite show, your sports or news or your soap opera at the same time, you can do that. But also there are all the latest iPod hookups so you can listen to your books or your music while you're doing it. So we have bikes, we have treadmills, we have steps. And then there's a whole set of individual machines in the middle here behind me that are designed to work with individual muscles. And those machines have different kinds of incremental weights on them, so that whether you're 18 or 88, you'll find just as easily to be able to work those machines and also build them up. If you're looking at your back muscles or you're looking at you're developing your core or whatever, all this is the absolute latest, coolest and easiest stuff to work with. And then finally, for those heavy bodybuilders, we've got a great room in the back that's totally dedicated just to barbells and dumbbells and all that particular kind of heavy weightlifting work.
And then we also have a room where they're doing some aerobics classes right now.
Oh, there's a beautiful room with a fabulous view out in the desert where we offer Zumba. That's a Brazilian dance class. There's yoga, there's Pilates, there's core training, and an incredible spin bike class. People have to come down and try these spin bikes. You know, I've never seen another club that has this kind of setup. There's 15 brand new spin bikes, and we've got some unbelievable instructors out there that'll take people to levels they've never been to before.
Where are we located?
We're located 3640 South Highway 160. It's the last building before you on your right as you're heading towards Las Vegas. You can't miss it.
What are the hours that the gym is open?
What are the hours? All the hours. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So no matter what your schedule is, if you want to come in and work out at 2 in the morning, probably have the place to yourself, or bring 5 other members with you and have a fitness party. That'd be great.
Are we offering any deals for the new memberships?
If people sign up within the next few weeks, we'll make sure that you get a free month, so you'll get 13 months for the price of one. But also there are special arrangements for corporate memberships and for seniors and for students. The best thing to do is just come in and see what the club is like and talk to George and find out what kinds of programs we have, and I'm sure we can find something that'll work for everybody.
Well, we're going to go to Zach Fuentes, who gives us an update on your entertainment this week.
I'm Zach Fuentes with your entertainment this week. Towards the end of last year, a new talent search reality show joined the long list of similar shows such as American Idol, America's Got Talent, and many more. Thousands, including a couple from right here in Pahrump, tried out to win the X Factor, and millions turned the channel to watch it. The ratings were high for the show, but did not surpass the ratings of American Idol, which was what X Factor creator and former Idol judge Simon Cowell was expecting. Fox and Cowell have made some changes that have many X Factor fans in shock. It was first announced on Monday that the show's host, Steve Jones, was not going to be returning for the show's second season. Just as news of that started making headlines, it was later announced that one of the show's hosts, Nicole Scherzinger, would also not return. The biggest shock, however, was announced Tuesday morning when the X Factor's other female judge and Simon Cowell's longtime friend, Paula Abdul, was said to have been fired. There is no word yet as to who, if any, of the replacements will be. As of now, it looks like it will just be Simon Cowell himself and his now only other fellow judge, L.A. Reid. Well, a while back ago, we told you about how singer Adele received an operation to fix a hemorrhaged vocal cord that had caused her to cancel many tour dates and appearances. Since then, she has been recovering and has not performed or really been seen in public, making many wonder when she was going to come back. Well, the answer is February 12th at the 54th Annual Grammy Awards ceremony. The singer, who is already a two-time Grammy Award winner, is nominated for 6 more Grammy Awards and is expected to win every single one of them after having such a great year. She was in fact the best-selling artist of 2011. Adele has stated that she is honored to be nominated so many times and also not honored to perform at the event, as well as being a little bit nervous. No word yet on what she's going to perform, but we most likely won't find out until the ceremony itself. Well, being a huge Star Trek fan, I found this very next story extremely disappointing, as I'm sure my other fellow Trekkies out there will too. Avery Brooks, who portrayed Captain Benjamin Sisko in the series Star Trek Deep Space Nine, was arrested on a DUI charge. The 63-year-old actor was arrested after police in Wilton, Connecticut received calls about someone driving erratically. Cops pulled him over and after proctoring a failed sobriety test, arrested Brooks. He could get up to 6 months if he is convicted. However, most states usually give first-time offenders probation only. Avery Brooks or his rep have not commented on the situation. Some sad news: a producer, host, and creator of the TV dance show Soul Train was found dead in his Los Angeles home early this morning. The Los Angeles Police Department and county coroner have said that it appears to be a suicide. Police went to Cornelius' home in the Sherman Oaks neighborhood a little before 4 a.m. after receiving reports that shots had been fired. When police did arrive at the house, they found Don Cornelius with a gunshot wound to the head that appeared to be self-inflicted. He was pronounced dead at 4:56 a.m. at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. Soul Train was one of television's longest-running shows and played an important role in spreading soul music to the rest of the world, allowing such musicians as James Brown, Aretha Franklin, Michael Jackson, and many others to gain mainstream exposure. The show ran nationally from 1971 until 2006, with Cornelius as host from its beginning until 1993. His impact on television and the music world will never be forgotten. I'm Zach Fuentes, and that was your entertainment this week. Some photos have been released regarding the fatal pedestrian accident that occurred in the evening on January 24th. Yesterday, Nevada Highway Patrol and the Nye County Sheriffs identified Julie Bloom as the victim of that accident.
Apparently, she was known locally as Anna Taylor. She was reported to be the mother of 5 and had been separated from her family for the past year. She allegedly suffered from a debilitating mental illness.
Ms. Bloom was killed when she was struck by one vehicle traveling northbound on Highway 160 and once again by a sheriff's vehicle traveling southbound.
The mother of 3 children who died as a result of a structure fire on February 9th of last year on Prospector Street, Sharon Broadhead, was in court last week. Criminal charges were filed on September 5th of last year for 3 counts of child abuse and neglect.
Sharon Broadhead also has 2 daughters that were in school at the time of the fire. The fire killed her 3 sons, 5-year-old Brandon Smith, 4-year-old Zachary Broadhead, and 18-month-old Elliot Broadhead, as well as Sharon's 24-year-old friend Crystal Smiley. Today, the state made an offer to Miss Broadhead, who is now divorced from the father of the children, Anthony Broadhead.
The details of the offer has not yet been disclosed or accepted by Sharon Broadhead or her attorneys. A hearing has been set for March 28th.
His name was Joe. He owns a property where Cross Country Recording is located on Leslie. His friends were concerned about him. They urged him not to smoke cigarettes around his oxygen tank. His friend Spider, who operates Cross Country Recording Studio, told News 46 that it was about a month ago that Joe burnt his face when his oxygen tank caught fire. Yesterday afternoon, Joe lost his life in what looks to be an explosion caused by smoking next to his oxygen tank.
We did. Actually, the initial call was dispatched for a report of a medical with a person down, possibly not breathing. So a standard response for a possible respiratory arrest for us would be a medic crew and an EMS engine. As the crews were manning the apparatus, there was a second dispatch adding an engine company assignment as there may have been some smoke in a residence located on the same property. Upon arrival, we didn't find anything showing from the exterior. However, investigation revealed that, in fact, a fire had occurred within the structure, severely damaging it. During our primary search, we did, in fact, find a person who had expired as a result of the byproducts of combustion.
Do we know how this fire started?
It's under investigation by the Nevada State Fire Marshal's Office of Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue. At this point, it appears to be accidental in nature, but it's early in the investigation yet. We're not really nailing down an exact cause yet, but we're looking at a possible action that the victim had been undertaking.
Was there anybody else in the home?
There was no one else inside the residence at the time. There were no pets. A neighbor located on the same property checks on the individual on a regular basis and discovered the fire.
So the fire was active when you guys arrived, or it was actually extinguished already?
The fire appeared to self-extinguish. However, there were superheated conditions in the residence and a good volume of smoke.
And as far as your knowledge, this is the only person that resides in this home?
To the best of our knowledge. Yeah, the investigation's underway, but it's still preliminary.
There you go. Do you know when the fire occurred?
No, that's one of the things we're trying to determine exactly what time that fire may have occurred, but it obviously went undetected. It did present from the exterior of the home, and if you were to see that home today, you would have no evidence at all from the exterior that there was a fire.
Joe's nephew will be taking over the property where the recording studio is located. Spider told News 46 that the distant future of Cross Country Recording Studio is unknown at this time, but they are open and operational now until further notice. He wants the public to know what a special person and friend Joe was to him and everyone he knew.
Wow. That's pretty sad, but definitely something to learn for there. You do see people smoking with oxygen tanks, and it's really important not to do that, and what a loss.
Exactly. It's one of those little things that people forget about, but it can have a very big impact on someone's life.
It's something that you learn, that it is very, very flammable. A lot of people don't realize how flammable it is, and they don't believe that it is.
Exactly.
And so definitely what a loss. We'll be right back with News 46's Week in Review.
Here at KPVM, we are dropping our analog signal as of February 29th, not too far away. Let's take a look.
KPVM has served the community with analog channel 41 for 15 years, and it's time to turn off the analog. You may try to resist it, but times have changed. Digital TV offers excellent picture quality and more channels. KPVM has 4 digital channels with premium quality programming that the whole family can enjoy. More movies, more entertainment, more drama, more comedy, and more excitement. We've extended Analog Channel 41's turn-off date to February 29th, giving you additional time to get your digital TV set up. Setup is easy, should you need it. KPVM is here to assist you. Don't delay. Enjoy more quality programming and make the upgrade now. KPVM is improving your television experience with digital network TV. It's free and over the air. No cable or satellite bills to pay ever again. Remember, February 29th is the analog turn-off date. Are you ready?
Well, Mr. Movie Phone gives us a heads up on what's going to be playing at the movies this weekend.
Action! Happy weekend, everybody! Well, this week at the movies, teenagers with superpowers. Our little Harry is haunted, and time is running out for 3 gray whales. Big miracle.
Rachel, I'd like you to meet Fred and Wilma, and this is Bam Bam.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Based on a true story, a small-town reporter and a Greenpeace volunteer set out to save the whales who were trapped under Alaskan ice in danger of dying. Rallying the locals and getting national attention, they devise a risky plan to free the gentle giants. Starring Drew Barrymore, John Krasinski, Kristen Bell, and Ted Danson. The real deal? Look, I'm a lover of all sea creatures, and there's no bigger lover of whales than me. But with the cheesy animatronics and Drew Barrymore stinking things up, it's no fluke that Big Miracle is a whale-sized turd. I'm out. A group of teens just discovered they have superpowers in Chronicle.
That's just some redneck. What the hell is this guy's problem?
After exploring a hole in the earth, 3 high school students suddenly realize something has changed. But the more they use their newfound powers, for one of the boys, the darker side takes control. The real deal? Kind of a Heroes Cloverfield mashup. We've seen all the bits and pieces before, but Chronicle is well done and a surprisingly fresh take on a couple tired genres. I'm in! A young lawyer has a date with a ghost in The Woman in Black.
During afternoon tea, there's a shift in the air, a bone-trembling chill that tells you she's there.
Daniel Radcliffe is still grieving over his dead wife when he's sent to a remote town to settle the affairs of an eccentric resident. He soon realizes the town is being terrorized by the ghost of a scorned woman. The Real Deal? Well, no advanced screening for critics means that our little Harry may have pooped his Potter. I don't know what that means, but I'm out. All right, remember, for your showtimes, your tickets, my 6-second reviews, so much more, go to MoviePhone.com or call 1-800-777-FILM. And if you want to drop me a note, it's Facebook.com/Mr. Moviephone or tweet me right at 6-second reviews. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you at the movies.
That's a wrap!
Here is Deanna O'Donnell to give us news across Nevada.
I'm Deanna O'Donnell with your news across Nevada. Nevada's taxable sales jumped 9.6% in November compared with a year ago, partially through jumps in restaurant, vehicle, and clothing spending. Taxable sales are one of the things they look for when considering our state's economic health. Nevada Department of Taxation data released Monday tally $3.4 billion in sales the month before Christmas. That includes an 8.6% jump in Clark County sales and a 5.3% increase in Washoe County sales. Clothing stores saw a 14.8% increase in sales, while furniture sales jumped 15%, and wholesale durable goods were up 19.6%. Construction industry sales were down 15.9%. 14 of Nevada's 17 counties saw sales go up in November, while Carson City, Humboldt, and White Pine counties saw sales drop. General fund tax revenue is up about $8.9 million, or 2.7%, more than predicted at the May 2011 Economic Forum. A man declared legally dead after disappearing in 1979 and showing up in Las Vegas last year was sentenced to 3 years of probation on Tuesday and ordered to pay more than $90,000 in fines. Arthur Gerald Jones was arrested last July after authorities said he tried to obtain an identification card using a Social Security number that belonged to an Arizona resident. Police said Jones had been living under a different name and working as a sportsbook writer at a casino for the past 10 years. They added that after Jones was declared legally dead in 1986, his family collected Social Security benefits. The U.S. Forest Service is looking for volunteers to be snow play hosts this winter in the Mount Charleston Spring Mountain Recreation Area. It's a perfect opportunity for those who enjoy playing in the snow and helping others. Every weekend of winter, hundreds of people go to the mountains to play in the snow. Most of the time, they don't know where to go, what they can do, or how to be safe. But with snow play hosts nearby, visitors will have people there to provide roadside information about snow play opportunities and take part in the fun. Duties include promoting safe snow play practices, engaging visitors in creative snow activities, and providing information to visitors at roadside stations. For more information, you can visit them on the web at gomountcharleston.com. During the recent Bureau of Land Management wild horse gathers, every once in a while, a wild horse are brought in that are not so wild, sometimes branded, sometimes not even a horse. This was the case on Monday when a skinny black mule was brought in during the BLM's Carson City District wild horse gather in the Garfield Flats herd management area near Hawthorne. In May of 2010, Jane and Jack Pearson went camping at Garfield Flats and brought along their horses and one mule, an 11-year-old rambunctious Molly. The Pearsons pinned the mule separate from their horses with a hot wire corral. During the night, wild horses came through their camp, freed the mule, and spirited it away. The family was devastated. At the last wild horse gather, about 21 months after losing Molly the mule, they saw her still wearing a halter. Molly's wild horse lifestyle with little food and water was over. I'm Deanna O'Donnell with your News Across Nevada. Well, the woman involved in last week's two-vehicle accident on Linda and Fairbanks was arrested on a DUI charge. The Nye County Sheriff's Office has issued a press release regarding the accident at the corner of Linda and Fairbanks from yesterday afternoon. The Nye County Sheriff's Office and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded to a report of an injury accident at the corner of Linda and Fairbanks. Upon arrival, they discovered an adult female with minor injuries and a juvenile with minor injuries, as well as an adult male with life-threatening injuries that subsequently resulted in him being flown into Las Vegas via Mercy Air. Investigation revealed that 39-year-old Tammy Ely was apparently driving a Dodge pickup truck southbound on Linda Street, and 62-year-old Richard Lee was operating a Dodge pickup truck driving northbound on Linda Street. Tammy Ely turned her vehicle, according to the report, into Richard Lee's travel lane in an effort to turn eastbound on Fairbanks, striking Lee's vehicle. The Nye County Sheriff's Office Major Accident Investigation Team and Nye County Emergency Services was called to conduct the investigation. Tammy Ely was subsequently arrested for the following charges, which is driving under the influence, causing an accident with substantial bodily harm. Her bail has been set at $5,000. She was booked into the Nye County Detention Center. The juvenile was treated and released. The medical status of Richard Lee is unknown at this time. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
The Waterstone Bunch recently won an award in an out-of-state competition and placed pretty high. Well, you see the Waterstone Bunch here in Pahrump many times at ribbon cuttings or just performing their show around town. They went to a recent competition in Yuma, Arizona, where they placed third. We're going to speak to Dave Stout and Doug Shaw.
Yes, we went down and competed in the 14th annual Gathering of the Gunfighters in Yuma, Arizona, down at the old Yuma Territorial Prison Museum. There were a total of 10 teams, probably about 125, 130 reenactors, and we took third place out of it. The first time that we've ever placed that high. And it was also interesting that we had the CBS film crew was down there filming for the Sunday morning segment with Bill Geist. And so that appeared on the CBS show, and Dave and one of our other members participated with Mr. Geist in a lead into to that segment.
Wow, that's so interesting. Dave, tell me a little bit about what your act consisted of in the competition.
Well, it started out, the first act on Saturday, we did a drama. And I guess I was the lead role. I was a half-breed who was killed by the mayor because I was accused of roughing up a teacher in town. And also the sheriff was my brother. So the sheriff, my brother, shot the mayor for killing me because I didn't do it. It turned out it was somebody else that beat up the school teacher. So that's basically the gist of that one. And then on Sunday, the following day, the skit we did was more of a comedy, a little lighter. It was about the world's oldest living working prostitute in the Dusty Rose Saloon. And we had won a night with Dusty Rose in a card game. I won her. And after getting a glimpse of the Dusty Rose, I didn't want anything to do with her, so our stranger came into town. We played a hand of cards with him, and to make sure he won, we folded. And the stranger didn't know what he was getting either, but so once the stranger won, we got up and ran out of that saloon as fast as we could, and left the stranger with the night with the Dusty Rose.
and took your share of the pot too. You took your knife with you. Yeah.
Sounds like fun. So this was actually like a 2-day event then?
Yes, it was Saturday and Sunday.
Wow, so how long did it take you guys to prepare for this? Did you do any kind of special things to prepare?
We did a lot of rehearsing for the skits going down there. We probably had 8-9 rehearsals, if not more.
Wow, so do you guys plan on doing this again next year?
Definitely, we'll be doing it again, but you don't want to go down with the same skits that you went down with the previous year, so we got to start from scratch. We're going to write a couple more new ones and get busy with it starting now.
Exactly. So where are you guys going to be performing again here in Pahrump so we can see you next? Where are you guys going to be at?
Well, we really haven't scheduled anything yet. When we do, we'll be publishing it in the papers and letting you folks know about it. But we really don't have anything that is on the schedule right now. We'll probably be going down to Jean again because they'll have a competition there that will probably be May or June. And so we'll probably be going down for that.
Well, I'll be keeping our eye out for that. If anybody is just interested in the Waterstone Bunch or wants to join the Waterstone Bunch, who can they call? Or wants to watch you perform even, who can they call?
Well, Doug would be the one to get a hold of.
They can contact me at 751-1914 or go to my email, which is Siringo, that's SIRINGO 55 at gmail.com.
Well, that's it, folks, with News 46's Weekend Review. Some of the weekend events include, well, you can't miss out on what the highlight is for the weekend, and that would be Super Bowl, right?
Super Bowl Sunday. Nathan Hollenbeck's very excited for that, I know.
I know. I know he is. There's so many places to go around town to have it, enjoy Super Bowl, have your own Super Bowl party.
Lots of things going on.
Wonderful events. And as well, What else is going on?
Well, we have the Republican caucus happening at Rosemary Clark at 9 in the morning, I believe.
Yes, that's when it starts. So, of course, we're going to give you all the rundown on that on Monday's newscast. But as well, we also have Pahrump Valley Speedway's races, and it's our first race of the season.
Oh, wow. I need to make it down this season. I haven't made it to that yet.
You need to do that, definitely.
Yeah.
So those are all the weekend events, and we'll see you again here next week. That's it for News 46's Weekend Review. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.